Nathan Cooper,
Hey,
great to have you here.
thank you.
Good to have you here.
Wow.
Testify with Sam and Marsh. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's no Sam.
Where is he?
Right.
Right.
So the same thing.
Oh.
Where are you, boy?
Uh-oh.
So, couple of things.
Yeah, cool.
This year in a word.
Oh, wow.
This year in a word. What would it be?
One word.
One word. 2020. The year that COVID was.
I want to say challenging, but I think everyone's going to say challenging.
No profanities either.
Probably enlightening.
Enlightening?
Yeah, I'll probably say enlightening.
Good.
Yeah, good. In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different things came up with like who I am, relationship-wise with God and family. So yeah, I think it was quite a good growth
Nice.
year. Yeah.
Nice. Favourite food?
Ooh, I love lots of foods. Probably lasagna is my favorite dinner. Ice cream
All day.
all day, man, non-stop.
What flavour?
Oh,
Any.
I'm really into this like boysenberry one.
Oh.
It's like a vanilla, like the ones you used to get like Choc Tops at cinemas. Do you remember them? Like the boysenberry. Oh, they used to have them here. And they were really good, but they stopped.
Okay.
They're real rare now.
Favourite colour?
Orange.
Orange?
Yeah, like a sunset orange.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would never have picked that.
Really?
No.
I had when I was a kid, that's Mum used to say I used to always want to grab things that were orange. I had like this whole box full of just orange random stuff that I found at a op shop. Like I'd go through like, oh, this. I found when I was reading through it when I was older, I was like, oh, it's like a university textbook.
What about the Dukes of Hazzard car? That was orange.
That was, yeah.
Did you have one of those?
Nah,
Oh.
no, I'm not really much of a car guy. Eh?
Oh. Okay. Trying to think of anything else. Orange.
Son.
Sun? No, you didn't grab one of those.
No. It was just things that were orange.
What?
Like my drum kit was orange.
Yes.
Yeah, like little things.
The drum kit. That is very orange.
Right, and
Yeah.
that's what made me. I was like, it's confirmed. Let's see, I have to have it.
Wow. Ultimate sporting goal when you had a dream.
Yeah, cool. I wanted
one of those days years ago.
back in the day, not that long ago. I used to dream of being an Olympic swimmer.
Truly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I was a swimmer from when I was in primary school. So I trained morning, afternoon, all the way up until I was probably 17, and then I kind of realised that I wasn't going to make it.
Wow. So
Yeah.
12 years of training.
Yeah, man. It was a big,
Morning
heavy
and night.
thing. Yeah, man. Every day, morning and night, and then swimming clubs, weekends away. Yeah, it was full on.
And didn't happen.
It just didn't happen, man. I as much as I wanted it to, it never did. Everyone else just started growing, man. I was really late in that area, so I got to the point where I was like, I can't do it anymore.
It's all over.
It's all over. Retire. Hang up the goggles.
Well, there you go. Or togs.
Togs. Budgies.
Hang 'em up, mate. Well, it's good to have you here on Testify. And you shared at Chapel just a snippet. So I thought we could just extend it out a little bit. And,
Yeah, great.
talk about it. Talk about a bit more of your story and sort of the moments of intersect along the way where, Christ became central and more central in your life, and maybe just fill us in on a bit of that.
Cool.
You brought up in Coffs.
Yeah, so I grew up, I went to school in Coffs Harbour, and I grew up in Scott's Head, so that's a little town on the coast, maybe like half an hour away from Coffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in a Christian family. My mum was a Christian, so I was going to church every Sunday. By the time I was 12, I was learning drums because of church.
Come on.
Was heavily involved up until probably late teenage years. And then I started getting jobs and things like that, which in hospitality, that was mostly the weekends. So Friday nights I was doing youth, but then that stopped because of work. Sundays, I was working so late on Saturdays. I just, being a teenager, I just slept through. And we didn't have night services down there. So it was, so it became, obsolete.
So it was sort of a drift. You didn't intentionally
No, it was never just a drift. Hey, I never felt like a pull to be like a real party guy or anything like that. I was just, I needed a job. I wanted to buy things. It was when I turned 18.
You wanted to buy an orange drum kit.
Oh man, I love that thing.
Did you have orange togs? Did you have an orange surfboard?
No, but like I had a real old surfboard, which was kind of stained. So I could say it was orange.
Did you surf a lot as well?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So when I was 12, 13, I started learning to surf, and I juggled that with swimming. So that was my absolute love. I loved to surf, and swimming was serious.
Right.
Like that's what I was like. This is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. But surfing was just fun. I used to go with the boys and just have fun with that.
So you're growing up, good household.
Yeah.
Like surfing, swimming, school.
The best, man.
And
yeah.
then work.
Then
Pretty
work.
stable home and stuff.
Yeah, pretty stable. Like dad, I grew up both my parents together.
Yeah.
But my dad wasn't a Christian, so he's not. He wouldn't say like, "Oh, I love Jesus, I believe in Jesus," but he grew up in a Catholic setting, so he knows all about Catholicism and he knows it's all law. So but he was a really great dad. He provided for us, and he did so much sacrifice for me to go to private school.
Wow. What school did you go to?
I went to a Christian school in Coffs called Coffs Harbour Christian Community School.
You almost forgot.
I did.
Wow.
They had such an impact on me.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so pretty really awesome. Growing up.
Really, I can't complain. Like my parents did the best they could.
Yeah.
They gave me pretty much everything. Hey, like their time, material things. They took me to swimming practice, lessons, to the beach. They did everything. So I'm really thankful. Yeah.
That's cool. So was the whole relationship with Jesus and God, was that sort of forged by yourself, or were you just sort of under the shadow of your mum a bit?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely under the shadow. Yeah, I truly don't believe that. I knew who God was and who Jesus was. I knew what to say. It's at church and at school, but I don't think I had that revelation of who he was to me, like that relationship kind of area. Like I think I was just running off, that what mum had bestowed, is that the word, into my life. Like,
good, sounds good.
It sounds amazing.
Instilled.
Bestowed. From a very young age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forced.
I mean, that's it. Yeah, encouraged. Yeah. No, that's all I knew. I went to Christian schools, like I said, all through primary and then high. So, yeah, it was almost like because everyone else was doing it, I might as well do it too. And yeah.
So then you've got, I suppose, since your relationship with Jesus wasn't strong for yourself, there was, I suppose, a drift.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, easy, right. It was an easy, influence became, it was just normal. There was no, struggle between, I don't know if I should be doing that. With different friends, when I left school, and left home, when I left that shelter, that's when I was just easily influenced by people, new friends, new environment, no longer of my own choices, essentially.
How old were you then?
19, 20.
Okay, so you finished school, you had a gap year just working in that type thing?
Yeah, I had the best gap year. Hey.
Surfing.
I literally surfed every day. Wow. And then worked most nights.
Yeah.
And then went out on the weekends with my friends. So it was
down at Coffs.
Yeah, in Coffs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had most of my friends were in Coffs. So it was it was good.
Cool. And then left home. When did you leave home?
When I was 20. 2010, I left home and moved up with a bunch of boys from school, and we all got a house together in Helensvale.
Helensvale.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It was sick. But yeah, that was the first year that I started. I was dumb. I started smoking drugs. I was drinking tons, going out a lot. I was doing uni, so it was just all the. I met so many people that were just stoked to be in the same situation, like away from home. Finally,
No rules.
No rules, man. I can do whatever I want. I'm getting free money. I'm getting money from the government. I don't even have to work. I can do whatever I want. So it was dangerous, hey.
Is that like Hex loan thing?
Yeah. So you get Hex, and then even Centrelink will pay you the study wage so you don't have to work if you don't want to. So that pretty much supplies like books and all that. But we used to spend it on holidays.
Far out.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so how long did that sort of go on for?
That went on for all through uni. So I was at uni for 3.5 years. And I graduated somehow. I don't know how.
Can't remember.
Nah, man, I was off the planet. Hey, every day I was probably high every day.
Really?
Yeah, without fail. So
wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
tons of money, man. I can't even. I was trying to work it out, like during the times it felt like I was spending all my money on it, like, and you only buy like $50 or $100, but the more you buy, the better it is. I don't know, like there's more quantity and it's better value.
Discount on
Discount,
quantity.
yeah, man. So I had that, ruling my life every day, and when I didn't have it, it was bad. It turned me into someone else.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was a full on addiction. I've never experienced anything like it.
Wow, for 3.5 years maybe.
Oh, more plus.
Wow.
Even once I left uni, I was working and I was still smoking, still just doing my own thing.
Mainly just marijuana, or?
Yeah. I tried other things, but it never really stuck with me,
Right.
thankfully. Yeah. But I just enjoyed drinking and smoking, and that was my life. Like that's all I thought about.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your folks didn't know or didn't?
Oh, they probably suspected.
Okay.
But yeah, they never kind of stepped in and said, "What are you doing, mate?" kind of thing.
They probably think, man, I've
You'd work it out.
carried you for so long.
Yeah, and they
Get
thought
out of my house.
I think they knew that it would be a phase. Like you're just like they did it when they were young,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's not, as long as he's not injecting or
Yeah.
something, like he'll be okay. But
So we, like in your heart, where was the whole God thing? Like, just like, was there any conscience there or awareness?
Absolutely, yeah, there was. Because there's that verse in the Bible, hey, that talks about bring up your child in the ways of God, and He'll not depart from them. Like I don't think that's a promise or like a rule, but for me that really that really sticks with me, because I always knew in the back of my head God was there and He was real and He cared for me. So even though I was doing these things and smoking, I didn't do it because like I had no conscience. I still felt terrible, like I didn't want to do it.
Right.
So I was still trying to go to church. I went to a church at uni, at a Baptist church just up the road from Olsen Ave, near a mosque there. And that was really good, really great church. But I was so caught up in this addiction that I was going there high. I was playing drums there high. Oh, dude,
Wow.
it was the worst. I felt so terrible. One day I just rang him up and just said, I just even messaged him on practice day. I was like, I'm not coming in. You won't see me again.
Wow.
I'm really sorry just to leave, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Was it just like the shame or the guilt or the?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
so much shame, so much guilt, so much like, what am I doing? Like, who am I? Like, I know that God's real. I know, but I can't. Like, I haven't experienced Him really, so I'm just real confused.
Wow.
Just doing everything. Like, I thought that was the right thing to do, but it just had no substance. Yeah, it was very confusing.
Far out. So that was a pretty big text message.
Yeah, it was.
Later, bro.
Yeah, it was. It would have hurt. It would have really hurt them.
Yeah.
But I was so sick of living two lives So I kind of that was probably my defining moment. I've been like, no, I'm done with this. I've tried doing it this way. I thought this was the right way to go, but yeah, my actions are showing a different life. So I'm just gonna just pick one, and just instead of fighting between two.
When you say that, okay, I'm gonna pick one, but God didn't leave you, eh?
Nah, man. Nah, I think it was if anything, it did something. Yeah, he was more evident.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends, like even my friends I was living with, like one of them was really good. Like he went to church all the time there, and he was always concerned for me. Like he would always like ask me how I am, and he never really gave up on me. And even though I was a jerk to him, I just knew that I was like, just go away, man, leave me alone. But yeah, I'm really thankful for that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then what? You finished uni, you're working.
Yeah, so I was just working. I finished uni in 2013, I think. And I worked for a bit, and I was dating Suze then too. So, yeah, we're probably dating coming up to like 3 years, I think. Then I was still doing all these things with her, but it was because I had my own place to go back to. It was really easy to kind of pretend. And one day I remember she coming, like, I went over to her place after work, or like on a Sunday or something. She's like, "Oh, I just went to church today."
Susie did?
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, what? That's random." Where?
Because she wasn't much a churchy, or?
No, well, we'd both kind of tried finding a place. Like we visited heaps of different churches, trying to find one, because we both came from that kind of background.
Right.
So we're like, oh, it's funny. Suze didn't really want anything to do with God at school, because I knew her at school.
Same school?
Same school in Coffs. And so, but I was obviously going to youth group and doing all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I left home, we did a swap. So when I was at uni, she was trying to find God and things, but I had nothing to do with it. So when we came together, we were still fighting that thing. So yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for her, she got invited to go to chapel by Shelley Canone, or Shelley Colker now.
Yeah.
And from that day, she heard, I think it was the same day, Sam Buckley did his testimony.
What?
And she told me about this guy.
Sam, where are you?
Yeah, man.
Sam.
Where are you, dude? Could have been a really good segue.
Could have been your chance to talk.
Yeah, man. So,
wow.
Yeah, that was the defining moment, because I was like, she's obviously, this is really interesting to her. It's different to any other church that we've been to, and she wants to keep going back. So she kept going for as long as I was working at Apple, so I didn't have Sundays to go. And it wasn't until maybe a year before we got married. So we got married in 2015.
Wow.
2014, mid-year, I quit Apple and wanted to do full-time at the hospital. And I didn't. Yeah, I ended up going a couple of times, I think, and then I knew something was interesting and different. But that's when my life started on going in a different direction, like just not really my choice. Yeah, that's when I knew God was wanting to do something in my life.
Was guiding you? Like, do you feel I'm like pulling you or guiding you or?
Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling.
Right.
If that makes sense. Yeah, all of a sudden, because I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I was coming back into that, like, oh, I'll give it a try, but I was still doing the things that I was doing, like still smoking, still drinking, still just being an idiot. So yeah, it was just another tug of war moment. I'm trying to think when. It wasn't until after we were married, hey, that God, that yeah, like I don't know an exact moment. I just know that when I saw Suze, I knew I wanted to marry her, and so
when
like
back in school.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe once we were dating for a while.
Okay.
I was like, I think she's the one. Like, she's just so cool, man. Like,
it
was like she loved the beach, loved surfing, loved a lot of things that I loved, and we shared a common goal, and like we were both working, and yeah, it was
cool.
just, yeah, it was just.
You want to to pursue that relationship.
Yeah.
But then there's this big sort of God thing.
Yeah, there is. There's this thing in the side, and I was like, oh, what's next? And I always knew marriage was next. But because I wasn't really being a Christian, I was like, do I have to do that? Can we just move in together? And I kind of fought with that for a while and ended up buying a ring and saving and just paying it off slowly. And I ended up proposing to her. And even when I proposed to her, I was like, what am I doing? Like, is this really right? But yeah, it turned out like it was a battle from that decision. Once I was like, I'm going to marry you. Wow. I think everything like came against me that 6 months before we got married. I was just in a really, really dark place, trying to figure out, do I go through with this? Do I not go through with this?
Wow.
Is this the right thing to do? Do I even know her well enough? But man, praise God, because I think it was that moment of like, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway because I know it's the right thing to do. I know it's that's God's plan. Like even though I wasn't with him, I just knew. And once I made that conscious decision, I think that's when God was like, okay, I can do something in your life now. And I woke up one morning after we'd been married for maybe 3 months or so, and I was still doing the things that I was doing, still smoking, but I was doing it all behind her back, man.
Really?
Living in the same house. Yeah, things scattered all through the house. When she'd go out to get groceries or something, I'd just go into the bathroom and just get high, man. Like
Truly?
Yeah, man. It was terrible. Like it had such a hold on me. I couldn't escape it. And I remember waking up one morning and just being so defeated and just feeling so terrible.
And she didn't ask or pick up on it?
Oh, she knew, man.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course she knew. There's no question she didn't know. She and I was just in the end, I just didn't really care because I knew, I was just like, I can't help it. I can't stop. Like there's just nothing, but I respect you too much to do it in front of you. I don't want to be that person. I'd rather do it in secret.
But she didn't nag you or like...
No, she
too
didn't.
much? Yeah,
no,
okay.
But I could tell I was hurting her.
Right.
Because like doing those things was also like, I was still like looking at porn and all those things that come with that lifestyle. So it was just separating. And yeah, it was actually one day I remember waking up and feeling so yuck. And I just said, I was like, I don't ever pray to God ever. And I just said to him, I was like, oh man, I'm done. Hey, like if you're real, like you need to take this desire away from me because I can't do it by myself. I've tried so many times and I feel so horrible. This is your last shot, essentially.
This is God's last shot.
This is it. Yeah. If you don't take this away from me, I'm probably gonna go kill myself. Like, cause there's no escape. There was no feeling of hope. No feelings of like, yeah, this is going to be okay. It was like, I'm going to ruin this marriage. I'm going to ruin this person's life from something I'm doing. Wow. And so it was just this weight I felt on me. And I didn't, because my parents didn't know I'd gone through the wedding. I was like, I was going to disappoint tons of people. Everyone thinks I'm a good person and I'm not. So what's the point? And so the mask, the double life just started taking control. Like yep.
You just
torn. It just,
broke.
I got to the point where I was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of doing the same thing every day, getting the same result, even though trying not to, still happening. What's the point?
Far out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And how long into your relationship, marriage was that?
That was probably 3 months. That was on November 6th. So we got married on June 27. June, July, August.
I remember that day.
5. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I can remember it more than you probably.
Probably. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, wow. So in November, you're waking up going, I'm done.
I'm done, man. Yeah, I'm done. And that was pretty much my prayer. Even though I didn't really say, dear God, just help me. I just was like, just talking. And I was just directing it to him.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah, just by myself. Like, so I don't know where, maybe got up to go to work. I was just in my room, just in bed, just looking at the roof and just, that was it. But yeah, honestly, man, I don't know what happened that morning. I literally just got up, found all the things that I used to get high with, and I just destroyed it. and just like flushed things down the toilet, flushed weed down the toilet, destroyed my utensils, smashed everything, and then I never got high again, like ever again. Yeah, truly, never again. Yeah, like in that moment, my life was changed.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard for me to accept that because like I didn't deserve that, and I didn't do anything to deserve it. If that makes sense. Like there was no like, oh, I'm gonna try and do this to this step plan, or I'm gonna do therapy and things like that. I did none of that, but I think it was a process. I really think God was this whole time, that whole kind of period of me doing my own thing. He was leading me somewhere. Like I think once I realized like, oh, I want to get married, I know that's what God would want. Like I know that's something that's.
So there's this real like I still want to do what God wants.
Yeah, man.
Even though it's messed up.
Yeah, even though I don't really want to. That was a real defining moment in my life. That picture of the potter, I think. When you told me that the other week, that just kind of clicked in my mind. Like he's there molding and shaping me, and it wasn't until I just said, you know what, just take it. Like I don't want my life anymore. You can have it, pretty much.
Wow.
It was a process. Now I look back, it wasn't like all of a sudden God just touched my life and that was it. Like I really think he's worked through me and just changed things slightly over time, and it came to that moment of like, okay, now you can be free from that.
And what did that feel like when you flushed it all away? Like got rid of it all?
Yep.
Like there would have been the battle then, right? Or nah?
No.
Was it like the desire gone? Like
completely, yeah. Wow. I've never experienced anything like it. Like
delivered, set free.
Completely, yeah.
Wow.
I was literally a different person in that like from one moment, from 1 second to the next. I was like, I know I'm not going to do this anymore. And I went day by day. I was like, oh, I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow and want to do it.
Yeah, right.
I woke up the next day. Oh, what the heck? I don't want to do it. Wake up the next day. Don't want to do it. And after 3 days, I was like, what the heck? I've never gone 3 days without getting high. And even it's still in my body, I was just like, I just want, if God's done this for me, I just want to learn about you. So I was just like obsessed. I'd just read the Bible all day. I'd work. I was working like 12 hours a week at that day, that stage in my life. And the rest of the time I was just searching, man, like just seeking, just devouring like the Bible and just learning more and more about him,
And so what was Sue's reaction from your point of view? So like when it was like it's done.
Yeah.
Then like day one she was like, oh yeah, good on you.
Yeah, definitely.
Like here we go, maybe this is a cycle of trying.
Yeah, 100%. I find it hard to remember her reaction because from that a lot of things unraveled. Like a lot of things came to the surface from that moment.
Right.
A lot of things that almost ruined our marriage. A lot of things that were secret came to the light because my conscience just couldn't take it. So I just ended up telling her things that I was going to take to my grave, and that really hurt her. That period wasn't like a real like, yay, you're free. It was more like, oh, what the heck? Why are you telling me all this?
When did you guys do internship?
The following year, 2016.
And November was the Freedom Day.
Yep.
And then you did internship.
Yep. Starting that next year in January.
Yeah, because there was a point there, eh?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And that was all the unraveling.
Yep. Yeah, that broke me, hey.
Wow.
I don't feel comfortable sharing it.
No, that's okay. You don't have to.
There's a few people that definitely know about that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That year, so 2016 was massive year.
Yeah, that was probably the worst year of my life.
Really?
Yep.
So you're free from all the dope and stuff.
Yeah.
But then the next year is the worst year of your life.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It was just the weeding, hey, like
Yeah.
the truth coming out, having to build trust again.
The freedom.
Yeah, it came at a cost, eh?
Yeah.
It was a big cost, but yeah.
That's 4 years ago.
That's 4 years ago now. Yeah.
So 2016, big year. Is it almost like rebuilding a foundation?
Yeah.
Okay. You still got a structure up there, but you're addressing some foundation stuff.
Yeah.
So it feels quite wobbly.
Yeah.
So you're then 2017.
Yep.
So how long you been married then? It would have been 2 years.
2 years, yeah, 3, yeah.
Yeah. And then when did
Lily.
one come along?
Lily came along in 2018, December 2018.
Come on.
Yeah.
So, well, from a place of I suppose, wholeness, right? Or bitterness.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, tearing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a place of bitterness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's powerful. Hey, like I don't know why. Hey, like I don't deserve it. But man, I'm so thankful. Hey, I've never been more grateful in my life for my life. Yeah.
You didn't intentionally fall apart. Hey,
No.
when you started down the track
Yeah.
of just enjoying yourself,
Oh no. Yeah, that's
you
right.
know, smoking cones, doing all the stuff.
Yep.
You didn't think. You just went there.
Yeah, man, it was fun. It was something that I was just like, oh, this is fun. I don't have to. I can. It's
Do
an
whatever I
escape.
want.
Yeah, I can. I don't have. It's something I can just switch off
Escape from what?
from life, man. Like I was just at uni and I was trying to. It was parallels, man. Like I wanted to do well. It was also really stressful, so I used that to escape. Then it wasn't really escape. It was more like, oh, we finished another semester. Let's get high. Or
Wow.
something's really bad's happened. Let's get high. Like it was just this go-to thing that didn't matter what was happening in my life. That's what I was going to, good or bad, normal.
But see, it's funny how it doesn't matter what context you brought up in.
Yep.
There's still a desire to escape and just
Yeah.
live your own life.
Yeah,
as fun as you want.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Hey,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah. There's no. I always said I would never smoke when I was a kid because my dad smoked. I was like, that's disgusting. I don't want to drink because I've seen what it does. Yeah, I was just that person that I just want to be the best person I can be, best me. But yeah, I don't blame anyone for it.
Yeah.
It was my own decision, but it's definitely a crowd thing too. Like there's an influence of people that are around you doing it. It becomes easy to say yes. Over time, you can just first time it's like, nah, I'm good, but it slowly chips away at you, and then.
Do you think you're the best you now?
Nah, definitely not. I think it's still a process, man. There's things that in my life that have fallen off completely, but there's still things that I want to work on.
Sure.
Like there's still aspects of being now I'm a dad. I want to be the best dad I can be. I want to be the best husband I can be. Just that relationship part of me that I want to build.
Because you've been married 5 years then?
Yeah, 5 years
Far
now.
out.
Yeah.
How old's Lily Pilly now?
Lily's 3 in a few days.
Wow.
Yeah.
3. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so
I think
stoked.
you're doing great, man.
Oh,
I think it's awesome.
thanks, man. Thank you.
What would you, would you just keep encouraging people just in their deepest, darkest moments, just call out to God. Like,
There's always hope. Hey, I think you said that to me during that really, really dark time in 2016. Like, and there's hope. There's always hope. Even when I didn't think there was, just knowing that sentence, that those words put together like that, kind of gave me hope. I think that I read something lately. It's about I think it was in Thessalonians actually. No, yeah, First and Second Thessalonians. Like the kind of the main theme of it, like what you hope for is what you live for. And that just that stuck with me because it's so true. Like what you hope for in life, that is what you'll live for. Having that hope in, like, I'll say hope for, like, Jesus, like that strength, that rock is what you'll live for. That just gives me encouragement to push on, to not to give up. Like he's the one fighting for you. Like he hasn't left you. There's that hope in him that is so solid that I can't manufacture that. There's no person that's actually around me. It's always there that he is. So he's always working. Hey.
Yeah, that's true, man. So you're 30.
30.
30. So 50 years time. What does it look like just in your imagination? You're 80 years old.
Yeah, well, grandkids.
Yeah, okay, grandkids.
Maybe retired by then, if Dan lets me.
Yeah, Dan's still working.
If Dan's still working, I'm still working. It's a long way away, hey. I've always thought about like 10-year plans, and up until these like I'm 30. I haven't really lived that long, but every long-term plan I've had has been shattered.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to become an Olympian, shattered. I wanted to go to uni, become a physio.
Shattered.
Now I'm a handyman, shattered.
I wanted to be a drummer.
Plant shakers, drum. Shattered.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. Hey, I'm really enjoying being in this moment of time.
Cool.
I don't know what God's got in store for me in the next 50 years, but I just know now that I want to yield to that.
Awesome.
I just want to.
Because that whole like addiction thing, right? So that's a big chunk gone.
Yep.
So how do you deal with just the little moldings? Because
cool.
this big area in your life is gone.
Yep.
So you don't have big areas in your life. It's all little things, right?
Yeah, little.
Because it's only, they say that no one ever trips over a table.
That's right.
You trip over a stone, you trip over a crack in the ground that you can't see.
That's right.
Yep. So it's just the little things. How do you find the little pressures of the niggle, the little things?
Great. It's a really good question because it's true. Like after a lot of big things fall off your life, you kind of think like, what's next?
Right.
Or am I all good now? Is there nothing left? But I've found just staying connected with people. Like I found it really hard having really close relationships growing up. I'm an only child, so I never really trusted I had much trust with people. But lately, like this year, especially, I've had some great friendships.
Awesome.
I've just a core group of people that I can just share anything with.
So good.
And we discuss so much stuff that it really helps me to process. Banquets. I'm doing circuit breaker at the moment.
Oh, awesome.
Not because I thought I had an anger problem or I was violent, but it's actually really highlighted things in my life. I was like, man, if that wasn't addressed, that could really turn to something yuck.
Control,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the subtlety of it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just more aware now of the things that, like you said, the little things that lead to big things. So whenever I find myself like getting really angry at something, I'm like, why am I getting really angry at that? Or if someone's affecting me, like that, if someone, like I don't like someone, like why don't I like someone? Like I'm asking more questions now than before. I was kind of just like, oh, that's just who I am. Like we're not compatible, or that's something that makes me angry. You know, like it wasn't never looking like an inward thing. I think asking for help has been a huge thing. I'm still working on that, but like therapy, getting like psychology. I think just being more open to things to help. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. No, I think it's great. Well, it's been awesome just hearing more of the story unpacked. And I think the goodness of God, man.
Yeah.
Like in the deepest dark, that's just etched on my brain. I can just picture that lying there, just going, "I'm done. Take this from me. I'm over it."
Yeah.
And it happening. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, there's no music. There's no one around.
Yeah.
To me, it just highlights the mercy of God, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's been the journey since then.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thankful that you and Suze and little Lily are in our community, and you know, it's awesome to hear of God's hand on your life. Do you know it? Do you feel it? Do you sense it?
Yeah, I do, 100%. I know. It's just a knowing now.
Come on.
I don't always feel it. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I do have hard days.
Yeah.
I still have trouble, but I know that He's there. I truly know, and I know. Yeah, He has His hand on His life. He's shaping me. He's still shaping me. He's going to finish His work.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow, really, really proud of you. Really thankful for you to come on and just testify of the goodness of God, man. Like,
Come on.
you know what? I think people walk down a track they never intend to destroy them, and it ends up that close to fatal, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then God's there and rescues, salvages.
Yeah, man. It's like He's just in
thing.
that moment, eh? Like he's sitting next to that decision. Like he's just like he's like, oh, now it's like I'll step up.
You sure you want me now? Okay, I'm here now.
Yeah. Man.
It took you a while, but I'm a patient man.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't that awesome, eh?
Yeah. No, thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You've got a precious life to live for.
No, I do. Thank you.
She's a beautiful girl. So, yeah, thanks for being so vulnerable. This will be, we want to make Testify just for our chapel family. So
cool.
we'll just send it, send it around to them eventually. Just a link for them to hear if they want to.
Yeah.
Just a bit more. Some people were impacted by your the 10 minutes.
Wow.
And just like, wow. And people like to just hear it, just extend it a bit more. Okay, where were you from?
Yep.
What did you go through? Oh, it must be your upbringing that made you like,
Right.
It's like people say to me, oh, you were brought up in the church. Oh, you're lucky. You know, I am. But, there's still the hand of God all along the way.
Yes.
And personal choices that you have to make.
Yeah.
So, and then you get people with, like, really sad upbringings, like no parents.
Yep.
And yet, God's hand's still on them just as much.
Yes.
And it's
That's
just
beautiful.
I think just the faithfulness and consistency of God, and He'll go to any depth to rescue.
Oh man, so thankful.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing so openly and vulnerably. Any last words?
Oh no, yeah, just I'm stoked to be a part of the community. Yeah, if anyone is struggling in this area, like I'm always available.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy to sit down with someone, or just even just be someone to listen.
Yeah, cool. That's meaningful. Yeah, it's often you just want a listening ear, someone who understands.
Yeah,
They're not going to tell you the 5 steps to.
yeah, because there isn't.
Yeah. Well, for you, it's just one step.
Yeah,
Surrender, right?
yeah, that's. I think that was the big one. Yeah,
I give up. I need you, God.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you really need to reach that point.
That's true.
I think I was just super stubborn in that area, but I think there's hope. There's stop signs all along the way.
Good.
You just got to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. No, thanks, mate. Love you guys.